Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday Talks with the Minnesota Association of Realtors. My name is Chris Galler. Today we're going to give you a legislative update. Many of you have heard on the news all the wrangling that is happening up at the Capitol with conference committees, bill deadlines, and the various tax positions. We do want to review some of the most important bills to the association so that you're up to date and you're knowledgeable in case you talk with your legislator back in the district. The first bill is the Contract for Deed Rent-to-Own Lease Option Bill. There were changes proposed on that. That bill is no longer moving forward, so we will work with the groups during the off session to try and work out a compromise, but right now that bill is dead, so you do not need to talk about that any longer. The second bill is the Homestead Lender Mediation Bill. This is a bill that would require mortgage companies and people facing default to enter into a mediation session as a foreclosure is proceeding. We're neutral on the language right now. We did have concerns earlier on because of the funding mechanism they were using, which was real estate transactions. The author, especially Senator Scheid, has been very cooperative and has removed real estate transaction funding from the bill. So when you close a transaction, there will not be an added fee to the seller for that lender mediation service. The third bill we'll talk about is e-licensing. You currently pay $40 in your license renewal for the Department of Commerce license or online licensing system. We're okay with that. We've talked with them. Many of the brokers, especially in greater Minnesota, find this to be a reasonably good system, although not foolproof. This year, the General Administration Agency wanted to come out with an additional website, and they wanted to charge licensees an additional $10. We were opposed to that $10 fee since you're already paying $40 for basically the same services. There's been good negotiation between us, the Department of Commerce and Administration, and the Department of Commerce will actually be sending part of your $40 fee to the General Administration Department. The key for us is you won't have to pay more, and we think that's all right. The fourth bill that we'll talk about is the biggest bill that they're dealing with, and that obviously is the tax bill. The tax bill that included two provisions that you were of a tremendous assistance to us on. One being the mortgage interest deduction, which was eliminated in the House tax bill, as well as the property tax deduction that was in the House tax bill. There's a few minor pieces that we're concerned about, but those were the two biggest ones. That now is in front of the conference committee. The conference committee is chaired by Ann Lencheski from the House and Senator Tom Bach, who's representing the Senate position. They are right now in meetings. We want you to keep an eye on what's going on. If we need to send a call to action out, we need you to respond as quickly as possible and to let your consumers know, meaning your clients that are selling properties, your neighbors, your friends, the person that cuts your hair. Everyone needs to contact their legislators to know getting rid of the mortgage interest deduction and eliminating the property tax real estate deduction is not good policy. It's not the right time, and Minnesotans are opposed to it. Your call for action last time was overwhelming. The tax bill barely made it out by one vote, and we've discussed that in the past. Right now, we just need you to be vigilant. If we send out a notice to you, please kill it. There's one more bill that we're working on at the legislature. We don't believe it'll go through, and that has to do with maintenance. Right now, legislation is such that the statute says that cities and counties must obey what is called the state building code. A number of cities have set up building codes much greater, requiring homeowners to do many, many more things, especially on the rental licensing side of things. There was a court case called Sachs versus Morris, and in that court case, the Minnesota Supreme Court said that municipalities could not enforce building codes more stringent than what the state building code is. We believe that's appropriate, and if indeed they want to be more restrictive, then they should enter into negotiations to find out what it is they need to deviate from the state building code. Right now, they are crafting legislation to try and say they should have an exemption for another year. This has always been the code. This has always been the rule. They've been breaking it, and many of you have reported where they have broken. We say that if the speed limit is 55 miles an hour and you get caught going 80, then that doesn't mean we should change the speed limit to 80. We think this is poor legislation. This is a poor process. We should enter into negotiations or over the course of the summer and next fall, and then next year have a good bill. But until then, they should follow the state building code. One other piece that we're working on in cooperation with the Builder Association is to take a first-time homebuyer credit of $8,000, fund it through MHFA so that the consumer could actually get the dollars at the closing table for either down payment assistance or closing cost assistance. The way this fund would work is we will take the research and recovery dollars that are currently already paid by realtors, put it into this fund so that consumers could access those dollars in advance. If the consumer closes on the house successfully, we hope that they'll amend their 2008 taxes, get the $8,000, pay it off, and refill the research and recovery fund. If they don't pay it off right away, it does become a second mortgage on the house. This program does have income limits. It's 115% of the state median income or the area median income if it is higher. In the metropolitan area, the area median income is $86,000. That's 115 times the median income equals $96,000. The overall income limit in greater Minnesota would be $83,000. So we think that can help a lot of people purchase a lot of homes, and it's a good use of our research and recovery fund. We thank the Builders Association of Minnesota. They've been phenomenal assisting in this, actually leading the cause, and we appreciate their efforts to help you sell more homes and help the builders build more properties. With that, I'll sign off and hope to talk to you next week on a legislative update. Thank you.